think it's the best we can do under the circumstance of our current state. And when I say our current state, it's reference to the fact that the Black Stars haven't been in their best shapes, in my opinion, over the last 7 years or more. And so when it comes to times like this, you look out for who is fit, who is best in terms of shape, and who has the requisite experience and ability to perform at the competition. And on the basis of that, I think I'm just okay with what we have been presented with. I've just been looking around to see whether there's any Ghanaian footballer out there fit enough, qualified enough for membership of the squad who has been excluded. And I'll be very fair to say that this is just okay.
Not even Paintil? Because he's the one who's come up strongly. A lot of people are disappointed that Joseph Paintil didn't make it to the list.
I didn't want to start off the conversation from a heated point because, you see, sometimes you want to give the FA or the coaches the benefit of the doubt. I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the system doesn't like the player. And when that happens, you just have to skip, overlook it, and look at what you have been presented with. Otherwise, you'll be drawn into this heated exchange of he should have been part, he's not part, and then we lose sight of what is ahead of us, which, I mean, in many respects, deserve attention. So, yeah, Joseph Paintil could have been there. I don't know why he's excluded.
But you say the system doesn't like him.
I mean,
what does that mean?
Well, I won't mince words about this. I don't think that player selection under the current GFA administration has been fair. I mean, this is a position I've held from day one since they came. And it gives me the impression that sometimes some players are left out for reasons that sit not outside the footballing wisdom, but something else. And much as I would want to make that point strongly, I also want to cut any heated debate around that, because you see, if we don't do that, we'll always be looking at those outside the fence instead of concentrating on those within it who must be fed to get the job done. So much as we disagree with who should have been there and it's not there, I mean the decision of who should have been there and it's not there, much as that disagreement is fair, and we must point it out. Once you are done with that conversation, you must look at who have been called and what sort of contribution they will make to the team at the competition. And for me, what we have there, I mean, there were some names that I expected to be there, and I think all those names are there.
Which ones are those?
For instance, the Hasselhoff goalkeeper, Benjamin Asari.
Yes.
It would have been a complete abnormality if he had been taken out, because if you look at, I mean, the entire space of Ghana, in terms of goalkeeping, I don't think there's anybody that beats him there. And I like the video I'm seeing, how some of the players were introduced. That track having Benjamin Asari and Atizigi and the rest.
Oh, you liked it?
Oh, yeah, I do. You know why?
Some people don't really like it. They thought we could have done better.
I don't know what they mean by we could have done better, but see, that track you see there is a typical scene in our daily lives as Ghanaians.
Okay.
I travel a lot on our roads, very horrible roads most of the time. You see those container trucks every day, everywhere. So it's become synonymous with the Ghanaian life on the road. And if we're on the road to the World Cup, which other depiction do you want to see apart from what has become synonymous with our lives on our roads?
Okay.
I think it's a lot of creativity. That video alone, maybe the rest I would say is flat. I don't see any creativity around it. Perhaps I should listen to the narrative too. I haven't heard the...
It's just the music behind it.
Yeah, so. but I'm saying that we have to commend that scene alone. The rest, I don't really find... Maybe we should speak to the concept creators to understand what they meant by the others. But the first one, I look at my life in Ghana, always on the road. I see these tracks a lot. Our players are going to the World Cup. I see their names on that track. Okay. And for me, that's a great concept.
I see. But you were talking, just quickly before I move on, you're talking about names that you expected to be on there that have made it on there. Were there names that you didn't think should have been there that are there too?
Maybe one. And I have become more like someone who is always talking about that player, Baba Rahman. You know, I like Baba a lot because he played for my club. I mean, the only club I support in the world is Asante Kotoko.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't waste time on the European teams.
Oh, okay.
And Baba was one time a brilliant left back for Kotoko. And I saw the kind of quality he brought to the team. He has great talent. But I think his managers, and in this case, I'm talking about the FA. I mean, all the people who run the FA are his managers, led by Kurt. And I'm saying that his managers rushed him into the team. At the time, he was not supposed to be in the team. This is about 5-6 years ago. And it caught so much public backlash that it looked like he didn't deserve to be there. You've pushed him there, and he became an enemy within the eyes of the public. And so anytime he comes up, even if there are legitimate grounds for his selection, people look at the fact that, oh, he's associated with the system. And by the system, I mean the FA.
Yeah.
He's associated with the FA. And for that reason, that's why he's in the team. People refuse to look at his numbers, game time, quality. Anything he has that could contribute to the team is swept aside for the bias that they think is on his side. And I think some way, somehow, that clouds the atmosphere around the Black Stars. And maybe when we go into that, it will be a caution I'll give to the team. I think the Black Stars has, mostly been distracted by off-the-field incidents. And if the minders around those managing the team are wise enough, they should tell them that we don't need that this time.
Well, I don't know if we're even... is the right time to even have that conversation, because it might be even too late for that. But let me come to you, Baba. So what do you also make of the list? And do you agree with Jerome when he says that for someone like Baba Rahman, maybe he should not have been on the team?
Well, thank you very much, Bella. I agree with him in part, and I also disagree in part. I think generally this is the best we can have under the circumstances, and I think it is a team that is nowhere near the best team we've ever had. That is the team that played in 2006 and 2010 when we almost reached the semi-finals. When it comes to selection of players, I think it is the sole prerogative of the coach, having regards to the tactical plan he has and the players that can fit. You know, there are some players that are quite skilled, that are quite gifted, but may not be technically or tactically adept to fit into the plan of the coach. So I think we should give the coach the benefit of the doubt. And in football, sometimes you need a blend of tactical efficiency and a bit of luck. This time around, I think in terms of the quality of the team, in terms of the depth, we are not up there, admittedly, but we probably can ride on other things like luck and fortune to proceed. If you look at the three departments of the game, I think one particular department that we are quite deficient, or we probably may find ourselves wanting, is the goalkeeping department and the defensive department.
Goalkeeping?
Yes, goalkeeping. Yeah. Most of our keepers, Atizigi, Benjamin, Asari, is not played at that stage, so psychologically probably may have a toe and all of that. And the defensive department. That is why I'm quite disappointed that Jiku could not make it, because Jiku has that level of experience to be able to command the defensive department to ensure that we are able to minimize our mistakes and also hold on tight and not concede too much. But that is where I think Baba Rahman comes in handy.
Okay.
There's been his involvement or inclusion in the team has generated a lot of controversy. But I think presently we needed somebody like Baba in the team. We needed the experience of somebody like Baba. He's been playing with the Black Stars for a while. As a result of his involvement in the Blaster, at some point he suffered some life-threatening injury that nearly even cost his career. So in selecting players for the national team, I think a lot of consideration must come to bear. There are times where you call some people to come and play and they don't play. So when people come and they suffer some ultimate injuries or suffer some disabilities, I think we should be magnanimous and carry them along as we go. But I think all in all, in spite of the fact that our team is not the best we could have, I believe we can still proceed to the next stage. And now the World Cup format has changed. Previously, we were doing 32 teams. Now we are doing 48. And there is a possibility of the best third placed 8 teams advancing to the next stage. So all we have to do is to take it one game at a time. But our first game against Panama is a must win. If we are able to win against Panama and we are even able to secure a point from our games with England and Croatia, we have a fair chance of qualifying. I don't think we should be too hard on the team. We shouldn't expect so much. Every national team has boom and bust. Okay. Our boom season was the days when we had the likes of Suleiman Tari, Stephen Appiah, Asamoah Gyan, Michael Essien. After that team faded off, we have struggled to put together a very good team to compete at that national level. So it's a source of national pride, even competing at that stage. So we need to take things easy, take it one game at a time and see what comes.
When you say take things easy, we're investing a lot of money into the boys. So we don't have the laxity of taking things easy.
You see, the money is not necessarily government money. That is what a lot of people are not averting their minds to. You know, the World Cup itself is a commercial venture. The FIFA is cutting a lot of advertising deals that is generating a lot of money. And by participating, by just qualifying to participate in the World Cup, we are guaranteed of about $10.5 million.
But that money hasn't come yet.
That money will come.
So whatever,
yes,
time.
But FIFA has already given us $2.5 million to aid preparation, our friendly matches, and all of that. Playing in the World Cup is expensive. You don't want to play in the World Cup and would not want to commit the financial, wouldn't want to make the financial commitment that would make you put up a good showing. What I expect is that whether the money is coming from government or even from FIFA, it's still public funds. And the GFA, for once, should be very transparent, should be very accountable in the way these resources are put to use. The use these resources are put to must be very judicious. We don't want a recurrence of what happened in 2014 and all of that, where there was our whole appearance was mad in so much controversy and all of that. So the World Cup itself is a self-financing venture, such that qualifying just to participate fetches the country some money. And even as we are able to advance, we earn more. But that notwithstanding, all those funds are funds that accrue to us as a country. And whoever is in charge must put that money to very good and judicious use.
So you're saying that not even one city of the taxpayers' money is going into this?
That is not what I'm saying. You see, if you have followed our participation in various World Cup and the fallout, you realize a lot of things began to change after the 2024 World Cup, when the Jamafe Commission was constituted to look into the issues that came up. And the Jamafe Committee made recommendation that as much as possible, a huge component of our World Cup budget should not be funded by government. So if a government wants to carry supporters to go and cheer the Black Stars on, they must look at raising funds privately. That is what you mentioned about the Ministry of Sports doing. But we have not been able to raise a lot of money to be able to carry a lot of people along. That is why I think the recommendation by the president or the statement by the president or the decision by government to buy tickets for Ghanaians already in the diaspora, I find that decision quite acceptable because per the calculation, we are supposed to spend $11 to carry one person from $11,000. That is a lot of money. So if you are doing 1,000 people, you are doing like $11 million. If you are doing 10,000 people, it's a lot of money.
But that's why we were hoping to raise the 30 million because that had been
even if you had been able to raise the $30 million, I don't think using it to carry supporters for a 3-week or a maximum 1-month program would have been a judicious use. For a country like Ghana, where sports facilities are quite inadequate, we can put this money to use that will inure to the country long-term benefit by investing in astroturfs, cold football to feed, so that the quality that was once associated with our football would be bad. Presently, we are not doing much in terms of youth development. We are not doing much in terms of putting in place, creating the enabling football environment for our young talent to thrive. So I think even if we could raise that 30 million, how many people could 30 million
This is a
carry
personal
to the
opinion. You're not speaking.
No,
I
think I'm saying that as a substantiation of the stance taken by government. I am a party person through and through.
Okay.
There are a lot of pressure on us by our people to help them secure a place on to secure a position to go and watch the World Cup. But I think under the circumstances, it would be very difficult. Right. Whatever monies have been raised should be invested in youth football so that we can develop that much needed quality to feed the other.
Let me bring Kwesi Botre in. He's a member of the NPP communications team and he's just joined us. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Bella. I'm fine.
How are you feeling about the Black Stars this morning?
I'm quite optimistic that they will do well. Good morning to you. Good morning to colleagues. My dear brothers mentioned, this is the best of talent we have at the moment. Most of our players, unfortunately, have suffered various levels of injuries. You talk about Kudus, Jiku, quite a number of them. Mm-hmm. And so it is rather unfortunate. This call-up reflects the best of football talent we have in this country. And I'm confident that the team are not oblivious of the fact that most of our key players are not with them. Yeah. The Dede Ayus and, the big names that we all know. And so I am very clear that they'll put in their best because it is also a duty for them to make a name for themselves. This is the World Cup. This is the biggest football tournament in the world. Yeah. And so it is very important that they understand that wearing the national jersey also is not a right, but a privilege, because amongst the over hundreds of thousands footballers that we have in this country, only 26 of them have been selected to represent the entire nation. I think that it's a big deal. It's a great privilege for them to showcase their talent, to put their country on the world stage and, all that. And so I am very confident that they will do well. But like Abbas mentioned, let's be very careful about the moneycracy associated with our football. Because wherever there is money, genuine motivation to work is actually very limited, because then it becomes as if they are playing for the money. But it should be the case that they are playing for the nation, they are playing for the flag, they are playing for the honor and dignity of our country. Because football is one thing that brings people together. Football is one thing that brings, families together, brings people with diverse political opinions together. And so I'm hoping that this set of players will do well. Now in football, there isn't anything like underdogs. Everybody, all these players have their own, are very skilled in their own, personal ways. And so I am very sure that with the technical assistance of the coach, whom we hear is a very consummate football person, a very consummate coach, we are sure that he will put in place the necessary tactics. Mm-hmm. This evening, I think they are playing against Wales. Wales. And so Wales and England have a similar playing style. And so this evening's match is going to determine how we are going to play against England. So we hope that they don't break the heart of the nation. The entire nation is with them. Blaster has the appetite of breaking the hearts of people. And so we are pleading with them that already the government is breaking our hearts. And so they shouldn't also add more.
The government's breaking our hearts.
The government is breaking our hearts already. And so they shouldn't deepen our woes by, at least they should give us some form of solace. The entire nation is with them. We are praying for them. We are hoping the very best for them. But hope is not a strategy. And luck cannot be said to be a very good strategy. When you are going into a tournament like the World Cup, you plan for it. You don't go into the World Cup hoping that some luck or some magic somewhere will work for you to score or something. You need tactics. Football is about tactics. Football is about your game plan. Football is about strategy. And so you don't go into a World Cup hoping that some fortune somewhere will locate you so that you become successful. And I'm very sure that the country is spending so much on them. My brother mentioned that the 30 million should be invested in young talent. That is not the motive, or that wasn't the motive for raising the funds. The motive for raising the 30 million dollars was to give it to the players, to enable that, to ensure that they have the necessary.
It wasn't for the players.
It was for the World Cup. It was for the World Cup.
Yes. So to transport the fans.
Yes. Was for the World Cup. It's to ensure that the players have an enabling environment to succeed. Transporting fans to cheer them up. It's all part of the enabling environment. It's all about please.
You hold on, Abbas. Let him.
It's all about creating the enabling environment for the players to succeed. I think that if a country of over 35 million people, we are spending $30 million on World Cup, that should tell you about the priorities of this nation. This nation has a fundamental problem. In as much as I acknowledge that football is an integral aspect of our society, is an integral aspect even of our economy, I totally disagree that we spend $30 million.
We've not even been able to raise the 30 million. At the moment, no. We're told that we've only been able to raise not more than $10 million.
It's more than $10 million though.
Well, the minister said it's not more than.
Anyway, having the thinking alone to want to expend $30 million on a World Cup tournament, I think that even the advanced countries are not doing that. And you talk about the appearance fee, I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I think that the moneycracy in our football is taking away the real passion that our players used to have. Because if you take the likes of Kojo Asamoah, the likes of Michael Essien, the likes of Abedi Pele, they were playing their hearts out for the country. But today you watch some of them, see that they are scared to break their legs, or I don't know what sometimes some of them think about. But I think that it's about time that we need to conscientize them that, see, you are representing the whole nation. Everybody is supporting you. There's a campaign to bring back the love. Gradually, we are getting there. After the GFA and the government of the day broke our hearts in 2014 with the kind of, corruption and the kind of financial irregularities that were associated with the 2014 World Cup, I think that the love is beginning to build back. And so this is the right tournament for them to show us what they've got. We have some good players in there. Let's not undermine or...
Like who?
We have Semenyo in the team. I think that Benjamin Asare is doing well, considering the fact that he plays for a local side. With a little bit of international exposure, I am very sure that he will do well. We have the likes of Jordan Ayew, who has been with the team for a very long time now. We have the likes of very young and intelligent footballers like Ishaku, one of my favorite guys, Kamaldeen Sulemana, who has been playing for the top sides in Europe and all that. And so we have some very good players in there. But I agree with you on the point that Joseph Pentel should have been in the team because he plays in America. He plays with the likes of Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and the rest. He is familiar with the terrain and even the weather in America. Football is not only about kicking the ball. The weather and all other, associating factors also count. And so I don't know why he's not in the team. Probably the coach has his own tactics. Like Asiedun Ketia mentioned, the coach has a plan. Every coach has a plan on how to win.
You're finding a nice way to still bring politics into this.
Oh, no, I'm just referencing Asiedun Ketia. Every coach has a plan. And so I'm very sure that Coach Carlos has a plan for the team and that he would come out victorious. But our hearts are with the team. We all support the team. This evening, we'll be looking forward to the 3-1 victory against Wales.
Well, very quickly, let's listen to the president when he spoke on our inability to fly all our fans from Ghana to the US, Canada, and Mexico to support the Black Stars. And let's understand exactly why he says that may cost us a bit too much. Take a look.
The Black Stars, it will be difficult to take our supporters from other domain. We are restricted because of the nature of this particular World Cup. It's being held in 3 countries. And we're playing our first match in Canada and then moving to Boston, from Boston to Philadelphia. And the cost of transporting, feeding, accommodating each supporter is, beyond our means. We say we're being fiscally disciplined. We cannot, spend our money in that manner. The cost approximates for each person to be fed, accommodated, transported, and all that, to watch the games, tickets, and all that, is estimated at almost $11,000. And so, how many can we take? So, we're concentrating mainly on the supporters' unions. They have a tradition of following the team to different places. They've been here to the UK, they've been to Germany, and they are registered members of the supporters' union. But what we're doing is we are procuring tickets for Ghanaians in the diaspora who want to attend the games. And so if you want to attend the game, you will get a ticket to attend the game. And so we have organized our chapters, our Ghanaian citizens in Boston, in Philadelphia, in Canada. And so the tickets that we have purchased, we would give to them to be able to watch the match. If any of you want to travel across and get tickets, I think that there's a way we can manage for you to get tickets to watch the game.
President speaking to us over the weekend, I believe it was on Sunday at the town hall meeting in the UK. And of course, he says it will cost us a bit too much. Dr. Ramsey Nusa has also joined us. He's the Director of Political Research for the United Party. Good morning.
Good morning, Bella.
It's good to see you.
Good
a bit
to
of
see
hold
you
up
too.
Today for you.
Well, I would have wished that, and indeed, it's part of the dreams of Ghanaians then, that the SkyTrain project would have been realized so that the congestion in Accra and commuting people would have been eased up. I always plan my journey the same way, but unfortunately, sometimes the traffic situation in Accra is unbearable. So I would have wished that at least the SkyTrains would have been up by now, and indeed, we would have been in the sky, moving to and fro the length and breadth of
That would have been nice.
That would have been great. But
let's hope we get there eventually.
Well...
but let's get to the conversation now. Now, you've heard from the president as well. I'm sure you've seen the list. But he says that as much as we're all excited about the World Cup, hoping that the Black Stars would do a good job, we cannot afford to fly our fans, all of them, to the US because it will cost us way too much money that we don't have at the moment. And again, if we're going by the Jemefe reports, then we cannot spend too much money.
Absolutely, Bella, I concur with the president. Indeed, in times where we have dire infrastructure deficits, when you look at our healthcare space, Agenda 111 being Agenda 05 or less, right? Our educational sector has serious deficits and constraint, influenced by the poor implementation of the free SHS policy that has propagated a double track system. And for that matter, schools need more dormitories, right? My people in the northern region do not have access to clean drinking water. And indeed, the whole nation, if you look at the access to clean drinking water, is about 42% of the population. And so we have certain serious needs. Football is a want, it's not a need, right? But of course, there are other commercial opportunities of football that indeed we can be able to tap into. And indeed, football and the World Cup as a global stage puts Ghana on the global stage. And indeed, it promotes our culture, it promotes interest in our nation. And so, yes, I concur to that. We need to save money so that we can be able to channel those monies to other significant infrastructure development and needs, and indeed supporting entrepreneurs to create jobs under the aegis of Ghana's
But that's not
drive.
why the funds were raised. I mean, we're all there. We understood exactly why the funds were being raised. It was to support the fans and also take care of other issues concerning our World Cup preparation. And then if there's anything left, we'll put it in the sports fund.
Bella, it will be much more expensive, right, to fly people from Ghana to all these 3 countries than to raise tickets and supply them to Ghanaians in the diaspora.
Shouldn't they be able to afford their own tickets? I mean, they have the benefits of credit cards. They can swipe and pay later. So should we be the ones procuring tickets for them?
Well, I think that it's a way of cutting costs, be that as it may. It's not everybody in the diaspora that has a good credit score, Bella. So if you make that argument, I don't agree with you. It's not everybody in the diaspora that lives as comfortable as even some people who live here. You know, the fact that you are in the US or you are in Canada does not mean that you are sitting on gold. That is never the case. And so if the presidency decides that, well, we should be able to spread these tickets across the Ghanaian populace in the diaspora, I think that it's a very smart, prudent way of saving cost, which I concur to.
Okay.
And indeed, this government has shown some form of fiscal discipline, which we must commend them. I mean, all of us sitting on this table have seen the indicators when it comes to the macroeconomy. And so this is a good is a good step in the right direction. I think that these funds, as the previous speaker or panelist intimated this morning, that we should also channel these funds towards the development of youth in football. Because I believe that there are thousands of Mohamed Kudus, there are thousands of Dede Ayus still yet to be discovered. But because we've not created the platforms and the right infrastructure to harness their talent, we begin to lack a lot of talent in our national team. And indeed, football is generational. All these leading football countries have a deliberate infrastructure and system in place to always ensure that there is a continuity with the kind of progress they make on the global stage. If you look at Brazil is always producing world stars, top-class players. But in Ghana, it's more like a lucky situation, right? And when I say a lucky situation, maybe the person is discovered by an academy, goes to Europe, and then we begin to see that, oh, this person is talented. Yeah. But in-house, we do not harness these talents. We do not bring them out. So I think that the GFA, the Ministry of Sports, have to live up to the expectation of Ghanaians. Indeed, I have said that what happened in 2014 really killed the love for football in this country. And that today, I have not yet even recovered. Because I don't remember the last time I sat down to watch a Black Stars match.
Oh, no?
Oh, yes, of course.
So you're not watching tonight? Will you watch?
I hope so. I get the time to do that.
You have to make time. Bring back the love.
Well, I will support an agenda to bring back the love. Okay. But indeed, charity begins at home. If what happened in Brazil shows its ugly head again, I am calling on the dissolution of the GFA. We might have certain repercussions, but indeed, it's a step in the right direction. Because the FA has been riddled with a lot of corruption, right, and a lot of conflict of interest. I have heard allegations that certain key members in the FA, executives, have become agents, and they tend to put in their players from some of their local teams and indeed their partner agencies so that they can be able to sell them at a good price when they are showcased on a global stage. So, Bella, I want to say that I wish them all the best. They should do us the honor in making our nation proud. Football has been riddled with a lot of commercial activities and commercialization that today it has made the sports very expensive.
Yeah.
Most players do not play because it's the nation and they do not uphold to certain values of patriotism, but they look at it's more like a transaction. I would want a Black Stars made up of patriots and lose a match than a Black Stars made up of transactional players and win a match.
And that's what you're saying. Because you listen to Antoine Semenyo's mom, and she says that if you get to play for the Black Stars, it's about the spirit.
Exactly.
It's about the soul. It's not really about, any other thing.
Exactly.
Well, good morning to you, Akora Kojochum Boafo. He says that, please permit me to disagree with my brother Abbas on the matter of purchasing tickets and handing them over to so-called diasporan Ghanaians. They live and work abroad. They pay their taxes abroad and are mostly able to access the FIFA portal with their credit card accessibility. The money for the tickets that was raised from corporate Ghana was raised to support fans from Ghana to attend the World Cup. Akora, you were at the launch. Yes, I was there. He says the funds are not taxpayers' money. Let's dedicate whatever we raise to the state, to the stated purpose. And he says, tell Kwesi Botwe that despite their futile efforts, the Scandal Development Authority of the MPP have failed miserably in tagging government with a scandal. Well, Kwejo, we'll leave this out for now, but let me come back to Jerome. Hold on, let Jerome speak and then you can come in. Because you watched that video of the president and you're not too sure that's the way to go.
I wish the president had not spoken the way he did. I mean, not spoken at all. And that is not to take the right to free speech from him. He's the president, and so all due respect to him. But you see, all the conditions that created or led us to 2014, that embarrassment, are still present. Let's not deceive ourselves. I'm not interested in the politics. I'm interested in what has been happening. And I will start with the issue of monetizing the Black Stars that my brother Kwesi Botwe spoke of. That's all we've been doing. In fact, if there's anything that successive governments from 2014 till date have done successively with the Black Stars, it's monetizing the team. And they have done it so well to the point that you have Ghanaians who should naturally come out of themselves to support the team because they are patriots now betting on Black Stars to lose. No, the evidence is there. 2019, Ghana versus Tunisia. I was in this studio. Asamoah Gyan missed a penalty or so. I mean, Ghana lost true penalties. Some of your cameras were at circle. People were jubilating. Why were they jubilating? Your interviewers spoke to them. They said, look, we knew they were going to lose. So we went on bet. Somewhere as much as 2,000 cedis. And they were celebrating because the Black Stars had lost. I am saying that love we saw in 2010, where you saw fans genuinely, in fact, the whole continent, I was in that stadium that day, the whole continent rallying behind Black Stars, is gone because managers of the FA with government, authorities have come together to unconscionably monetize the Black Stars. I mean, Sunday when I heard the sports minister say each player is going to have $100,000
appearance fee.
Yeah, as if he had said something full of, pride. He said nothing. Because these are the very things that the people of Ghana have spoken against. That even if you do it, you don't make it a matter of public discussion. Let's come to the issue of tickets.
Before you come to that, is it not an issue of accountability? He was asked about it.
Well,
he needs to let Ghanaians know how much is being invested.
I like issues of accountability. So if it is on that score, I grant it to him. But I'm saying that our history with the World Cup and its management has always been disastrous. Let's not single out 2014 as, maybe that was the grant. But the last one, 2022, do you know the kind of things we did? 1 year before the World Cup, a whole team was set up to go to Qatar. And when they came back, the FA said they went to acclimatize. The ministry disagreed with that. Two bodies mandated to manage the Black Stars are not sure why a party was sent to Qatar and see, at that point, we had not even qualified for the World Cup. How do you go to a country supposedly hosting the World Cup when you have not even qualified? And the wisdom is you are sending the team there to prepare for the World Cup and the AFCON, so they are acclimatized. But you had not qualified. I'm saying that the only motivation is money. If not, it beats football wisdom. that I'm going to play in Ivory Coast. I have not qualified to go to Ivory Coast, but I'm already in Ivory Coast acclimatizing. Who does that?
What for exactly?
It is because we have made the Black Stars a money-making machine. All of us, government, FA. And the players have no choice. That's why Sule Muntari will slap somebody. I am not justifying what he did, but I'm saying that when you put the team in that state, you strip it off that call for the nation to be patriotic, because all they see is money, you know. And I have a problem because, you see, if we don't stop, the team will not perform, because even the spirit of the nation is against the team. And that's why you have fans at Circle always betting against the team. It doesn't happen. 2010, I didn't see people betting so that Black Stars lose. I have never seen some before until after 2014. And we should be very careful how we continue to monetize this senior national team of ours that continues to underperform, yet we put more money into the team. I was talking about tickets. I've done a rough calculation. If we are going for the premium ticket for all 3 matches of the Black Stars, let's just limit ourselves to the group matches.
Yeah.
It will cost me $1,700 to watch the Black Stars, all 3 matches, at a premium level. If we are to take it even to the lowest, let's say what we will call popular stand, I was looking for the right figures. I'll give them to you. It will cost me almost $600.
Yeah.
I cannot see why any serious government of our day would want to commit that resources to someone living in America, because Black Stars is coming to play in America. So we should commit $600, which can go into something very profitable here, to go and watch a football match of the senior national team.
Why shouldn't we?
We shouldn't, because of the 48 teams. How many of them have you heard that their governments are committing resources, even if it's private, to those living there to go and watch them? How many? I haven't heard any. And even though I don't do much sports lately, sports is almost everything I have done in the last 20, 25 years. And I have not heard any of the countries, their governments, committing that level of resources to getting fans to go and watch their team. And I'm saying that these are the conditions we create that lead to scandals, because you are going to have problems managing these things. And I'm not predicting doom. I'm using historical information to show you that this is the path we have gone. 2021, Black Stars. 2023, Black Stars. It was the same pattern. Every tournament we have gone to under this current GFA, anytime we come back, we set up a probe. Yeah. Check. 2021, there was a parliamentary probe to look into why Ghana did not do well. And over $800,000 were committed to some of these irrelevant things. So is the objective playing football or creating a system where those around and in the team benefit from the thousands of dollars or millions of dollars that come around the team? And let's not deceive ourselves. Black Stars is always pre-financed. It is always pre-financed. So if money comes from FIFA, indirectly, it is taxpayers' money. Because it will be more like reimbursing or to cancel the debt already there. I keep saying that this is a national asset mismanaged by the FA with government complicity. And it keeps on going. I won't take anybody out. It keeps on. How does it happen that a team that the last AFCON could not qualify, we have raised this team to the level where nobody sees performance? And I say this on authority. The Black Stars has not beaten any competitive side on the continent in the last 7 years. So if we are playing against Panama, for example, and I agree with my brother, Panama is the only side we can beat in that group if we are to be real. But you see, football is funny. I won't be surprised if Ghana beats England, per the nature of football. But I'm saying that we have reduced the issues of the Black Stars to money. Every time, money.
So ideally, what would you have had that would do? So, for example, the 100,000, because from 2014, the last appearance also at the World Cup, we gave $100,000 appearance fee. This year, we're giving us what? Should we have rather asked them to go and represent the country?
We don't even have to. We don't even have to make that issue a matter of public discussion. That's why I asked. We have Croatia, we have Panama, we have England. We have been checking developments in their camp. Our conversations in their camp around money.
What are they about?
They're about performance. They're about team. They're about players. They're about the need to represent the nation. I have checked. Brazil, go and check their camp. What is the business of money with the Brazilian national team?
But at least they're still getting some money.
No, they'll be paid.
Yes.
I'm not dismissing the
Okay.
fact that they are just going to represent their nation in their national colors and that will be the end. I'm saying that the money will come. Look, Shey, in 2014, we drew 2-2 with Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Germany were the finalists, in fact, champions.
Yeah.
How much money were they given? I mean, how much money were they paid in appearance fees? They were the world champions of that competition that year. We who lost 2 matches in our group, drew 1, kicked out in the group stage, each player took $100,000. Where is the moral justification? That's why I'm saying we have created the conditions for those things, and it's there. So when you come and you want to maybe change it, you have a problem. That's why Neil Ante van der Poel had problems with the FA, because he, as a typical sports person, knew that there was something morally wrong with monetizing our football teams. We have gone to the World Cup. This will be our 4th or so.
Yeah.
What can you speak of as a benefit?
This will be a 5th.
From
actually.
5th.
Yes.
Sorry, 5th. What would you speak of as a benefit from our World Cup enterprise, apart from disgrace? You point to one thing we have done with World Cup money in this country, and I'll bow my head in shame. There's none. There's none. Apart from Kwesi Nyantakyi buying vehicles for 10 regional football associations, which was a great thing. But today all the vehicles are broken down, naturally, because, wear and tear, vehicles going up and down would destroy. But I'm saying that apart from that, if you take that out, all our World Cup experiences, if you put the amount of money FIFA has given us for participation, for preparation, and for all that, the last World Cup, if I take this one out, by conservative numbers, about $35 million. And I'm saying that we don't have a $1 million project that says that Ghana participated in the World Cup, and this is what we got out of it. And unfortunately, we have a government that supervised the worst World Cup history in our life. Still projecting and looking to walk on the same path. I'm worried. I'm worried because, you see, I told you off air that we are not learning. We are not learning. That's why I am sad that the president, would be saying the kind of things he said.
Let Abbas come in
he's
to
not
respond
wrong.
to this.
He's not wrong in principle, but I'm saying that we are not learning. Go and read the Jamefe Committee report and tell me one single line we have implemented.
Okay.
Even from the formation of committees to run the Black Stars, even that one we couldn't do it.
Abbas, are we making a mistake in giving that $100,000 to the Black Stars?
Well,
as a
before I
fee?
come to that, I must say I'm very surprised about some of the statements made by my very good friend.
Jerome,
Because the president has said nothing wrong that should attract that level of
No, I didn't say
criticism.
he's
I
wrong.
think rather the president should be commended for taking that bold step to implement some of the key components of the Jamefe Commission's report.
None has
One
been
of which
implemented.
one of
Hold on,
which
Jerome.
None
one
has
of
been
which
implemented.
is not using public funds to carry supporters to the World Cup.
But the last
So
time
if
we
you
did.
say it is factually inaccurate
No,
for you to say
I'm a
that
sportsperson.
no, it doesn't matter, but this is common knowledge.
No, but the
this is common knowledge.
information
This
on the
is common
ground doesn't
knowledge.
show what you are saying.
Hold on.
You see,
Hold on.
one of the main recommendations of the Jamefe Committee was that public funds should not be used to take supporters to go and support the Black Stars in any tournament.
In 2022, public funds were used. I'm speaking to facts.
Has that been implemented as we speak? What was the reason why the committee was constituted to raise funds privately to support the activities of supporters? So to say that the Jamefe Committee report has not been implemented, I think is factually inaccurate.
But when did the reports come out? In 2015?
Post
2014.
I'm talking about the now. I'm not talking about
he's
what
referring to the fact that
I've given you
even after
instances.
that report came
You
out,
should not bring it.
not necessarily implemented then.
No. But Bella, let me clarify.
No,
something
you've
for you.
had your time. Please
Gerald,
do
I'll
allow
let
me.
you come
Please,
in.
please.
You are misrepresenting.
Hold on.
Please,
Gerald, I'll
do
let you
allow
come
me
in.
to make my point.
misrepresenting
So you
me,
see,
and I have to-
it
I
is
have to make
factually
I'll give you the
inaccurate.
chance.
No.
Like I said,
Committee's report.
he's been disruptive, and I think you.
No,
you should-
hold on.
No, you have had
Abbas.
your time. You spoke for like 20
Gerald,
minutes.
Abbas,
Do
hold on.
allow me.
I'm not being-
Please do allow me.
Abbas, hold on.
You
Hold
are
on.
misrepresenting
You
me.
let him just
and
make
I'll
this
not take that
point.
on this platform.
Let him
That
just
is-
make this.
I am
I'll
very
let you
clear
come and I'll
in
give you your
mind
time.
on the things I say.
Jerome, what exactly
I
did
am
you
saying
mean?
that the Jamefe Committee report has not been implemented. And I've given you an instance where even the formation of the committee members to run the Black Stars management, the number required or mentioned by the committee was not adhered to. So what is
But
that
the other
about?
aspect was
You see,
also the
he
fact
said
that
not a single
we should not
of the
spend.
Jamefe
But which
Committee
one?
recommendation.
Which one? 2021.
The
Hold on.
recommendation,
You've
the
made the point. Let
recommendation
him
not
come
to
in.
use public funds to carry supporters is being implemented. That is why a team was put in place to raise funds privately. So I think we need to be clear on that. I think if there is one issue that divide opinion and stir a lot of emotions, it is the use of public funds to carry private citizens to go and support the Black Stars. And in doing so, this has become an avenue where government used to more or less support loyal party people in time past. The president, in taking this decision, knows that there is some political repercussions to it. Because, like I said, my inbox is replete with a lot of requests from party people, committed party people wanting to have the opportunity to go and support the Black Stars. So it is those of us who are in the political space that should be championing the call for party supporters to be carried to go and support the Black Stars. But in 2024, we promised the reset. We promised to reset this country. And that reset include how we run the sports industry in Ghana. So I think as a country, we have gotten to a point where we need to at least get certain things right. We need to do things in a way that do not attract the air of the people. I heard the message you read from my senior brother, Chum Boafo, that these funds were raised to carry supporters to the World Cup, and it should be used for that purpose. So far, about $10 million have been raised. And if we are even to use all of that, we will be able to carry a little over 900 people.
Even that, we've already spent 1.1
A little
million
over 900
on
people.
tickets.
I know that given the opportunity, more than 100, between 100 to 200,000 people would want to have the opportunity to go and support the Black Stars. So who are you taking along and who are you leaving behind? Especially so when the tournament, I know as a political activist, my people would definitely not be happy with the position. But that is the position the government has taken. And all of us government appointees, including Mr. Chum Boafo, are duty-bound to stand by the decision taken by government. If we are to use the 10 million, all of the 10 million to carry supporters to the World Cup at a cost of 11,000 per head, we can only do 900 people. Would that still curb the noises in the system about people who have not had the opportunity to go and support the World Cup? Are there better ways? Are there cost-effective ways that we can put this money to achieve the same purpose? This whole idea of carrying people along is to go and cheer the Black Stars on. If there are Ghanaian nationals in the diaspora who can do that at a relatively cheaper cost, and government thinks that is the appropriate thing to do at the moment, I think this is something that we need not split heads over. We should rather think about what happens post the World Cup. The World Cup maximum is a 1-month tournament. After 1 month, we are all coming home. Which sports facilities are we coming home to? Like Randy rightly said, there are a lot of young talents out there waiting to be discovered. But we do not have the necessary, we have not created the necessary environment for those talents to be identified, groomed, and nurtured for possible potential national benefit to the country. I think in the long term, that is where we should be looking at. And by the way, the purpose of the fundraiser for the World Cup is not entirely to carry people to the World Cup. The sports minister has indicated clearly that where there are surpluses, those monies will be put in the sports funds to be used for other sports-related activities. So I think President Mahama should be commended for the bold decision he has taken in spite of
But the issue
political...
of the $100,000 for the players.
You see, that is why
Way?
Appearance fee is not limited only to Ghana. It is a tradition and a convention in association
football. But the last time we paid $100,000 was in 2014, the Brazil World Cup.
You see, we
all saw the shame and the embarrassment that
you see, usually when I don't know the rationale or the reasoning or the wisdom that goes into the taking of particular decisions, I am a bit hesitant in criticizing same. But I think we need to look at this appearance fee issue from another angle. Some of these players come, they play, they suffer injuries. At the end of the day, there are no insurance packages to take care of them. Their careers suffer a debilitating screech, and they are out. Nobody cares for them. So this may probably be an insurance package of a sort. As a country, as a third world country that has a lot of developmental challenges, can we probably reduce it and use the remainder of the funds for other things? Absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm. Is this issue of appearance fee limited only to Ghana? No. Appearance fees are paid across.
But it's about what we can afford as well. It's about where we are financially as a nation as well.
I have given that indication. Are we able to engage in negotiations with the player to bring that down? I think that is a much plausible option. Are there any avenues where players can be made to come and play for the Black Stars without demanding those amounts? Those are avenues that should be explored. And like I said, the World Cup itself is a commercial endeavor where people pay huge monies, where the Black Stars rake in some revenue as a result of their participation. So if we are able to rake in revenue as a result of our participation, spending a fraction to take care of the major participant of the game, I don't think it is something we need to split hairs over.
Okay.
However, I think the quantum, we can look at the quantum as a developing country with a lot of the developmental challenges. We can probably beat that down and use the amount accrued, invest it in other sports-related facilities so that generally we would have a better sports industry, have more Michael Essien, have more Suleiman Taris, have more Stephen Appiers to come and play for our national team. There is one other thing that Mr. Please, what's his name?
Jerome.
Mr. Jerome said that I disagree entirely with. You know, football is a national passion. In this country, football has become a unifying force. The only moment you see people from all walks of life, people from different political persuasions, people from different ethnic extractions, all rallying behind one cause is when you see the Black Stars playing. It is not all monies invested in particular activities that fetch tangible results. For example, investments in education do not fetch us anything in terms of monetary gains. But in the long term, it develops or it helps us build that critical core of human resource that helps us to run the country.
But in this case, with the Black Stars, what's been the long-term benefits for us?
Well,
because we seem to be dwindling more than we're rising.
Like I told you earlier, every national team goes through boom and bust. There are times that they are able to build teams that reach their pinnacle. When they dip, they do the necessary investment and raise another team.
What we have not done, we've been dipping.
What you see, that there are underlying causes to the reasons why we are not rising. It is because not much is being invested in the development of youth football.
Is it also because of the level of corruption that we have in the space?
It is a symptom of the problem. How many times do we go to the World Cup? It's once every 4 years. Why do you?
But there's also African Cup of Nations,
yes,
so it's not just
like
it's not just that. African Cup of Nations is every 2 years.
Like I said, that is a symptom of a larger problem. The larger problem is the lack of investment in sports facilities, the lack of investment in the right strategies that will help us identify talent at the young. The likes of Suleiman Tari, the likes of John Mensah, all of them were identified through the SHS system. They were roped into the league system. I'm landing on it. They were roped into the league system, and they rose to become national heroes. We need to go back to that system. We need to invest a huge chunk of our resources in that so that we can develop football holistically.
All right. Kwesi, you come in on this issue with how much we're spending on appearance fee alone.
I think that this appearance fee is a very critical issue we need to look at holistically. This government came into office at the back of promising a reset. And the reset agenda was to do things differently from how things were being done in the past. This government saw everything wrong with what the erstwhile administration was doing, including the payment of appearance fees. Now, considering the historical context of appearance fee, the first time we went to the World Cup was in 2006. The government of the day paid $50,000 as appearance fees. In 2010, the government paid $82,500. In 2014, we paid $100,000. In 2022, we paid $100,000. In 2026, the government is projecting to pay $100,000. So you realize that the amount of money that the government paid to the footballers in 2014 is the same thing President Akufo-Addo's government paid. The erstwhile administration didn't add a dime to the appearance fee that we inherited. But today, what are we witnessing? We are witnessing a reset regime that criticized the very thing that President Akufo-Addo's government was doing. Described it as waste of public funds or waste of, resources. I was expecting that under this reset regime, they would have actually scrapped the appearance fee architecture or probably reduced it, because the reset didn't promise a continuation of what President Akufo-Addo's government was doing. And so the decision alone to pay $100,000 to the Black Stars by this government contradicts the substance and form of the reset agenda in its entirety. And Bella, you see, we cannot insulate politics from our football, because ultimately the buck stops with the sports minister. The sports minister has an oversight responsibility over the Ghana Football Association. In all their policy meetings, the sports minister is the boss of the meeting. And so when it comes to football, the policy aspect of football, it is being managed by politicians, and therefore it is impossible and impracticable to insulate politics from our football. Now, Bella, on the president's claim or assurance of not funding the transportation of football fans to the World Cup, I treat that assertion by the president with a pinch of salt.
Why?
Because I do not trust the president. Because this government, Bella, and its acolytes are made up of a bunch of, or an association of lying men and untrustworthy women.
Why are you saying that?
This government it is very difficult to trust this government. Bella, and I'll give you a few examples. Is it not the same government that promised us that they were going to solve Galamsey? Today, Bella, what are we seeing? What are we seeing today? Galamsey has worsened. I am only establishing why we shouldn't trust what the president says. This is the same president that promised us the 133 job shift. Today, what are we witnessing? He has delivered 419. This is the very government that promised to reduce cost of living. Today, the cost of living has skyrocketed. Today, the cost of hostel fees have gone up. This is the very government that promised recruitment of young people. Today, what did they deliver? They rather unlawfully removed several young people from various public institutions under the guise of they being affiliated to the MPP or they not being properly recruited into the space. And so I am making a point.
Comparing that to
so I am making a point. So I am making a point that if the president tells you that we are not going to transport citizens from Ghana to the United States to support the Black Stars, I am making the point that it is not a commentary you can trust from the president, because this is a president that has proven not to keep his word.
But wait and let's see how it goes before
but when you put the pieces of circumstances and events that have gone on under the regime of this president, it forms but one irresistible conclusion that the president of the day cannot be trusted.
You can't say that
one irresistible. I can say that for a fact.
Let's wait and see how it goes.
Bella,
Because hold on, Abbas, please. Let me deal with him. I know, which is why I stopped him. Please.
No, I didn't interject. I didn't interject.
Abbas, please.
Bella, you have the floor. Bella, I'm listening to you. Bella, I'm listening to you.
Abbas, please.
You see?
We're going to turn off your microphone. Let him speak. And I'm interrogating, but he didn't interject. So allow him. So the point here is that we haven't even started the World Cup. There's every avenue to check and keep them on track and ensure that whatever they have said they'll do, they'll do it. So let's wait and see, because it's so easy to check if really they are able to fly the Supporters Union from here or whoever it is that's going to watch.
We don't need to wait. We don't need to wait for the World Cup to start before we conclude that what the president said is something that cannot be trusted. And I have given you...
But you can't conclude when it hasn't happened.
A plethora of circumstances, a plethora of statements that the president have made. And was he able to keep his word? And that is why I am telling you that if the president tells you today that trust him, that he is not going to transport supporters from Ghana to the United States, that is a total lie. That is something that he cannot keep. That is something that he cannot keep. Because every single promise that this president has made, in my opinion, has not been able to hold and to deliver on his words. And so, Bella, now let me move on to the point of...
Please, I gave you enough
time. Let me move on to the point of transparency.
Because Doctor has to come in as well.
I think that the list of all donors to support the cause of the Black Stars ought to be published. I think that they ought to be published because there are discrepancies with the figures. Because at the public fundraising ceremony that the president attended, we all saw the attendance of... I think you were actually the moderator for that event.
I was
one of the moderators for the event. Yes. I saw in various newspapers and blogs that at the fundraising alone, you people raised $12 million. And so it baffles me.
So there were pledges.
Okay.
And the minister was very clear about it. He said pledges are different from what they've been able to redeem.
So what they've been able to redeem...
So the pledges are still there, but so far what they've been able to redeem is not more than $10 million.
Absolutely. But I think that in the spirit of accountability, in the spirit of probity and transparency, that forms the hallmark of this government or the party in government. I think that the list of donors ought to be published. It has to be published.
I mean, even on that night it was mentioned, Kwesi.
And you are just giving us the education that some people made pledges. And
No. So on the night, pledges were made.
Absolutely, I agree.
Towards the funding of the supporters and other issues related to...
And some have been redeemed, some have not been redeemed.
Some have been redeemed.
What I'm saying is that we need a list of...
for everyone who made the pledge, it was announced, it was live on TV.
I agree, and I'm saying that the list of the pledges that have been redeemed ought to be published. That's a simple point I'm making. Concluding on the text, Kojo Chumbo
sent, for me.
I think that, you see, the MPP doesn't need a scandal to win the next election. We don't necessarily need this government to fail. The MPP is to win the election based on superior policies and superior plan for the good people of this country. We do not need the NDC to fail, or we are not praying for the NDC to fall into the trap of a scandal or whatsoever. And so he should cool down. Okay. We are not willing that the government of the day should fail. But Bella, the point I am making with this submission is that President Mohammed's assertion of not transporting party apparatchiks and party foot soldiers to the World Cup. It's
We
not
can't say
something
that for
cannot be
fact.
true. It's something
We
that I
don't
can
know.
say for you.
Let's
cannot
wait
say
and
for a
see.
fact. If you cannot say for a fact, I can say for a fact.
Let's wait and see how that
this
goes. Let me
president is
bring
not
Dr.
somebody you
Ramsey
can
in.
trust.
Dr. Ramsey, please come in on this matter.
Bella, I'll try as much as possible to measure my words this morning. Indeed, listening to an MPP communicator speak on national issues and criticizing a government is like taking scriptural lessons from a drinking bar. Bella, when Kwesi Bocho was speaking, I heard him say hostel fees are skyrocketing and that students cannot even afford. Yes, still under your government, right? Under the aegis of the All African Games, your government spent $16 million to renovate the hostels in diaspora of the University of Ghana. Meanwhile, the University of Professional Studies spent $10 million building new hostels for their students. So what is he talking about? Then you talk about unemployment. Your government sank our taxpayers' money into a hole, which could have been used to create a platform where it could have been used to support entrepreneurship in this country under the NEIP and support job creation. They didn't do that. So what is he talking about? Bella, what is he talking about? And the millions, or I would say the thousands of scandals under their government. So he should save us that. That's why I'm saying that the Ghanaian society would never take scriptural lessons from a drinking bar. Now, to the subject matter, appearance fee. I have just checked whilst I was sitting here that the English national team takes about £2,700 to appear for a match. So a developing country like Ghana, and of course with a plethora of challenges that we are faced with as a country, I think that, and indeed, back in my initial submission, that we need patriots to wear the jersey of the Black Stars. We need people that understand that it is not business as usual, but it is the pride of the nation that you are putting out there. And indeed, if we are able to negotiate further with them and even maybe waive that amount and maybe split it into two and give them 50,000 and tell them that the other 50,000 we use to commit towards development to support the next generation of footballers in this country, I think that they would accept it. But of course, authorities from the FA, I am saying this, that I'm really going to keep an eagle eye on the GFA. Honestly speaking, I am going to keep an eagle eye on the GFA this time around. If they repeat what happened in 2014, Bella, we are going to lead a massive charge against them so that they will be, we are going to make sure they are set charge and indeed the FA will be dissolved.
Bella, see.
Okay. I'm being told to wrap up already.
Okay. Bella.
I'm being told to wrap up already.
Let me clarify something so that I don't leave
Very
here with
quickly.
doubts.
Okay.
I have not questioned the words of the president. I'm not interested in the politics of that. I'm interested in what has been done, which are documented. The last World Cup, government GFA flew 2,000 fans to the World Cup. So if I say Jamefe committee report has not been implemented, I say it on fact.
Were those public
No,
funds?
wait,
But
wait.
the Jamefe committee.
Wait, boss.
Well, I think you have to be
Let
fair.
him-
When I'm talking,
allow
he
him.
interjects.
No,
But when
wait.
he raises an issue,
Gentlemen, so hold on. He's making a point. Let him make
Boss,
the point.
Okay.
I speak with numbers.
But your
I'm
numbers
saying
are
that-
not adding up.
Adding
under
up
the
where?
circumstances.
See, what I'm
saying
reading to you is from the GFA.
Jamefe committee
Let
never
him
said
get- you
supporters
see, I
are
have
not
to wrap up.
supposed to be
If-
transported.
I
The
said- If
you
Jamefe
keep doing
committee
this,
said
I'm going to have
public
to wrap up
funds
and we
should
won't
not
be
be
able to make
used
the
to
point.
transport supporters.
but what did I
Are
say?
you able to? Are you able
Okay.
to tell us that
Well-
the supporters who
Government
transported
sponsored
were
fans.
Okay.
How?
What are you talking? How?
Okay.
How?
Oh, should I read from?
Unfortunately, we cannot continue
Bella,
then
you
because
see-
my producer
you
is
see-
already telling me
wait,
to wrap up.
So just a minute. Look, this is what the politicians do. and football fans get offended.
No, this is what the NDC does.
No, I'm sorry.
Politicians.
I am
But
speaking
Mr. Jerome
to
himself
fact.
is a politician.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm
You
not.
are.
No, don't classify me. No, I'm sorry.
You are.
If
Okay.
you see, Bella,
Where this
Bella,
is going, it's
Bella,
getting
this
a little
is not
uncomfortable,
fair to
so-
me.
Don't
So-
forget
so-
there is politics in sports as
Of course
well.
it is. It is. But don't call me a politician because I'm not one.
There are
I am
a lot of things
I'm a
probably
sports
we can-
journalist.
we can
Everybody
talk
who
about
knows
here,
me,
but
everybody
Please
who
let's
knows
respect
me,
ourselves.
knows me as a
Nobody
sports
has done
journalist.
anything
I am
that
not
is
a politician.
He's not happy with that.
No, I'm not.
right.
Is it a
So-
bad thing to be a politician?
Of course, in my view, I'm saying,
Really?
no, wait, the context you are applying here is wrong. And I'm
Okay.
saying that I won't take that description. I am not a politician. I'm a sports
Okay.
journalist. I
Okay.
speak to facts. And I'm saying that the Black Stars has been mismanaged by the FA with government complicity. This is factual. It's factual. I can give you all the instances that points to the mismanagement.
Oh, and Lisa, forget
Okay.
last thing.
I have to go.
Bella, before you go, Bella,
Gentlemen,
before you,
I have to
Bella,
wrap
before
up
you
at this
go,
point.
Bella,
Lisa,
Please.
forget this.
Bella,
I'll plead
Bella,
with you that indeed, I want to put it on record that the Ministry of Sports should audit the AstroTurfs built under the previous administration.
Okay.
They were not up to FIFA standard.
Bella.
Look,
The big issue
AstroTurf
is-
in
thank you,
Efiakuma
gentlemen.
Bella.
was
Thank
they
you. The
spent
big issue is
$200,000.
concept by the University of Gold Coast.
Another swimming pool, just like the national cathedral.
Whether you are aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operations, supply chain, human resource management, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, or business intelligence analytics, or you want to advance through a dual MBA or chartered manager MBA, University of Gold Coast gives you the options that match your vision. And if your next step is an MSc in international relations, communications, international marketing, international law, security, diplomacy, accounting, finance, or human resource management, an LLM in international law, security, diplomacy, or an MA in biblical studies, practical theology, then the pathway is open. Apply today because at University of Gold Coast, we make it practical, flexible learning, flexible entry, and flexible payment. Study around your work, choose a route that fits your background, and pay in convenient installments. Your dream deserves structure. Your future deserves strategy. Your purpose deserves training. Apply now at www.ugc.edu.gh or call them or WhatsApp them on 026 388 85555. University of Gold Coast, building leaders for the nations. Good morning to you, Manini Mani. Says today is the birthday of one of your favorite viewers. She says you should wish her Anita Abba Amwa, aka the sexy police officer. I hear it's your birthday today. Enjoy your day. God bless. We'll be back.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking.
3. First in news.
Ghana's Most Beautiful is 20 years, and to kickstart the special anniversary season, you are warmly invited to an exclusive royal ball and fundraiser for a legacy project. An evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp on the 6th of June at the Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel. Red carpet is live at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
first in news.
Ghana's Most Beautiful is 20 years, and to kickstart the special anniversary season, you are warmly invited to an exclusive royal ball and fundraiser for a legacy project. An evening shared with our cherished partners.
26. How ready are we though?
How ready are we?
Now, you may when you want.
Me I
thought you would know to tell me. Is this the announcement song? The squad announcement song?
No, oh no.
But have you seen that one?
I've seen that one.
Me, I didn't know about it. We came this morning and Bella was telling me about it. Because I say trailers be okay, your trailer container.
Container. And Obi say container no representing how many goals we concede. Say that's what someone said. I don't know how true that is.
You know, you let me just take you back to the weekend just a little bit. And producers, please spare me. I just need two minutes for this. Is this what you did to me? I'll talk about Arsenal.
No,
you convinced me to come and follow Arsenal people.
See.
I'm not seeing anything.
We are in World Cup mood.
Let's go and talk to Michael Otiej.
Yes, thank you very much.
So you don't know the person who sang this song?
Oh, I don't know.
But has Michael seen? Okay, let's go to Michael, and I can ask Michael if he's seen the is it a soundtrack or the announcement song? Which one is it?
Oh yeah, the announcement video, yes.
Oh, that's the announcement video.
This is not the one.
Okay.
This one, we don't know this one.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Let's head now onto Zoom. All the way in Wales is our one and only Michael Otiej, bringing us proceedings, exactly what's happening in the camp of the Black Stars. The man always clad in a knitted shirt. Good morning to you, Michael Otiej.
Good morning, Cookie. You put a smile on my face.
I'm glad I did. How are you doing, by the way?
Good. Yeah, I'm well. Very little sleep, but it's what happens on these trips. The squad was released quite late into the night, and in order to get every element in as much as possible, you've got to deny yourself a bit of bedtime. But I'm up nice and early, refreshed, looking forward to what today brings. It's a big match for Coach Carlos Queiroz and the team, so hopefully today will be a much better day than yesterday was.
Okay, good stuff. Well, Bilishen is also here. Bilishen is here with us. But my first question would be, what do you think is going to be the outcome of our game today?
I think more like for outcome in terms of more like what should we look out for from the game. I think in terms of outcome, I would defer that answer to Coach Carlos Queiroz. He said that we will see a team that goes out on the field and shows Ghanaians that it is ready to play in the World Cup. He says he wants a team that plays with pride, that plays with energy, that understands that putting on the shirts is a big deal. So I think that would be more like it. I think in many ways for pre-tournament friendlies, it's not necessarily whether you won or you lost, it's whether you've shown a capacity to go out there, play together as a cohesive unit. Also remember that this is a coach who's not been in charge of the team for long. Effectively, he's calmed a group of players here at the Celtic Manor Hotel in Newport, Wales, and he's put them together. They've had 2 training sessions a day pretty much for the period. They've had gym sessions. They've been intense. They've tried to have off days. They've been smiling around. They've been isolated from the rest of the hotel, which is like this massive golf resort with different people coming in and doing everything they want. But the Black Stars have really isolated themselves on a part of the hotel. And he hopes that that intensity that he's run all of them through will reflect in the way the team plays. So the short answer to that is the outcome of today's game should be a bit more reassurance to the Ghanaian football fan, to the Ghanaian public that this team, one, understands each other, two, that Coach Carlos Queiroz is getting messages onto the players, and maybe three, that he stopped the rot of those games. Because remember that since qualifying for that World Cup against Mali in Accra all the way back in September 2025, the Black Stars, or it was October, I'm not particularly sure, but the Black Stars since then have lost to Japan, they've lost to South Korea all on the road, they lost 5-1 to Austria, they lost 2-1 to Germany, and then they lost, I think it was 3-1 to Mexico. 5 games, no win, 5 games that 4 of those games meant the end of the road for Otoado. It meant the incoming of Queiroz. Queiroz was not in Mexico, so this is technically his first game in charge of the side. And I think a lot of us will be watching to see whether he's able to, one, stop the rot, make the team defensively sounder, and make this look like a team we have every right to believe in, rather than a team we live in fear of.
Right, Michael. I believe you've been in camp for more than 24 hours. What have you seen in terms of preparations for the game against Wales and also for the World Cup itself?
Okay, sorry, I keep leaning forward because I literally need to strain to hear. Look, I think what I've seen is just a group of players very determined to get onto the pitch and do what they have to do. Last night I spoke to one of the big name players of the record. We said, "Are you going to do it?" He said, "Yes, I'm very confident." I've had informal chats with players who think that the new coach has brought enough energy, enough verve, good spirit, that he knows what he's about. These vibes you pick off in your informal comments. They will not be allowed to do regular one-on-one interviews and the rest. But I get a sense that the players are happy with the coach. Sometimes it happens because he's new, his intense ways is new to them. They will kind of do a comparison of it and get a sense of what is happening. But I've seen a group of players who really want to go out there, go to the World Cup, enjoy it. And you would struggle to find anybody who will say, "I'm going to the World Cup and I'm not excited about it." For 15 of the players who have been named in that side, this World Cup will be their first. For the likes of Kamaldeen Sulemana, Fatawu Siaku, Antoine Semenyo, Thomas Partey, Gideon Mensah, Lawrence Atizigi, Ali Bisseydou, and this will be the second World Cup. Wherever you fall in that scale, it's massive. For a first timer, you want to go there, enjoy it, have as much fun as possible, and hope that this becomes the career lift-off that you've desperately been waiting for. If this is your second time, like Antoine Semenyo, you are hoping to go there and prove to everybody that you are just not the guy who is good at club level. You are the guy who can carry the rest of the team. That you can be the Stephen Appiah of this team, the Kudus of this team, the Michael Essien of this team. So wherever you fall in the category, the broad categorization of which players are going to the tournament, whether they have experience or whether they're not, each and every one of these players are really thrilled. I was in the lobby this morning. I don't think Semenyo is playing today. I don't think Wachi is playing today. I don't think Derek Lucasen is playing today. But look at the story of Lucasen. He probably would have booked this holiday. He probably would have been on his way to go and have as much fun as possible. Dutch born, he became a Ghana international recently, made his debut against Germany. And I don't think he would have thought he had a prayer of making the Black Stars. But the senior brother of Sunderland forward, Brian Brogan, then gets the phone call when it becomes obvious that our defender Jiku would not play. And then Lucasen was in camp last night. Yesterday he was sitting here all smiles. In training he did just the physical. So for each one of these players, this World Cup is a unique opportunity. And I think they will be really keen, really desperate to take that.
Michael, you mentioned Lucasen coming in to replace Alexander Jiku. We all know how important he's been, Jiku, with the Black Stars in the last few years. How devastating is that injury and him missing out of the squad for the World Cup?
Look, I'm going to quote again. Sometimes I say you cannot quote, and then I keep saying I'm quoting him from my conversation. But I spoke to a really senior member of the team who said this. He said it effectively means we've lost a major voice at the back, the leader at the back, the guy who sits at the back and says to everybody, go here, go there, pick up on that man, the corner kick is coming, you take your spot here, take your spot there, who is guiding the guys at the back, whether the left back, whether the right back, whether his fellow centre back, whether there's defensive midfielder in front of him, and saying, that ball, you better pump up there. Essentially, there's everybody within the team. I didn't speak to a single member of this team who was not sad about Jiku's disappearance, Jiku's inability to make the work. Now, sometimes that's just a bit tough, but you will struggle to find one bad game that Alexander Jiku has played for Ghana. He's a leader at the back, and Kirosh said in the press conference yesterday that while he's not worked with Jiku personally, he's worked with him by watching his videos, and he's paying admission such a key important figure in the team. He is a poster boy for players who change nationality, immerse themselves in a team, and do absolutely brilliant. He was looking forward to this. He had good places at the World Cup for his family and everybody. So Ghana is not just losing a good centre back. Ghana is losing a leader. Jiku was a bit like the guy who doesn't wear the captain's armband, but who a lot of people in the team know is one of the natural leaders of this team. So it's a massive, massive, massive loss.
Indeed. And what is you mentioned that you don't expect some particular players to play today, but what's your expected lineup for the game against Wales, which will be happening later today?
I think it will be a typical friendly. In many ways, I think the team that starts will be close to the team that Feroz will be counting on. He will want to see that. Semenyo joined the team, I think it was 2 days ago, so not had enough training sessions. And in fact, this morning, I think I saw him go out for his physical training with Augustine Boachi. My inference from that is it's highly unlikely that you have players who are playing in the afternoon who do that. So I may think that it will not happen. Lucasen unlikely. But apart from Semenyo, a lot of the players who will get on today, I imagine, will be some of the key members. So it will be interesting. I don't even know who the goalkeeper will be. It will be interesting to know between Atizigi and Asari who he picks. I don't think that's an iron cast situation like it was in the past when Asari was the undisputed number one. Then the right back slot, you've got the big debate about whether it has to be Marvin Senea, or it has to be another French-based player, Ali Bisseydou. Then interesting to watch what happens in the centre back. The options for Queiroz is Abdul Mumin. He's not had a lot of games, but he's recovered. He used to be such a huge talent. How much has the injury taken away from him? Then there is the option of the other players. I mentioned Lucasen, highly unlikely that he will take part in any of this. But then there is Jerome Opoku, who I think will be one of those players who could benefit immensely from the absence of the two players. And then Jonas Ajete, whose appearances in the last two friendlies were a horror show from a personal perspective, where he conceded 2 penalties. Then it will be interesting to see what happens. We've spoken about Queiroz and how maybe he's a bit too defensive. So what sort of double pivot does he play? Does he go with 2 central defensive midfielders, or sticks to the Sibo Thomas Partey combination, or goes with another one and plays Partey a bit up front? How well would Kamaldeen do? Isaac, who will lead the front line? What role will Christopher Bonsuba get? I think this will be more the issues to play out. But coaches are learning that we journalists come to the final training session and guess their lineups. They are closing their rank and making it very difficult for the rest of us to be able to do that.
Right. Thank you very much, Michael. Of course, Michael is based in Wales for that game that will be happening in Cardiff between Ghana and Wales, and his trip is powered by Adanse Travels. Cookie.
Yay.
So now you can look at our squad. You see the... You see what I said about the container? It's serious. Someone just came to comment.
Do we have that video? Can we see it again? Because we played it just once this morning. But that's our announcement video, official announcement video. And we need to reintroduce it to you this morning. So guys, please look for the video so we can show it one more time.
Yes.
But I believe in the Black Stars. I believe that we will do well. Yeah, I believe that we will do well.
Yes.
So we are rallying behind them, giving them all the support.
Yes.
But it's very painful that Alexander Jiku is missing out.
Yes.
I don't know what we are going to do with that miss and that of Kudus as well.
Yeah, it's a big one. I hinted Bella earlier yesterday about one player going to miss, and I didn't want to tell what player it was. And I think now she's smiling at the back because she remembers I hinted that. So, yeah, that was the player that was going to miss out because of fitness issues.
Too bad.
And the missing players, there are a number of key missing players in from the World Cup squad. There's Joseph Pinto, Ransford Yeboah, Mohamed Kudus, there's Ibrahim Suleimana, Daniel Kofitre, Majid Ashimeru, Derek Cohn, who has released his statement supporting the Black Stars for the World Cup. So, good sports. There's Mohamed Salisu, of course, Jiku, who is now injured, Tariq Lamptey, Manaf Nuruddin. All of these guys are not part of the Black Star squad for the World Cup.
It is well with us in Jesus' name.
Yes, and we have so many debutants on the world stage, like Benjamin Asare after 33 years. There's Derek Lucasen as well.
Never give up. Give up and see.
Yeah.
You give up and see.
Who is now 30 years or so. There's Joseph Anand. Joseph Anand, he didn't make that one.
Who is 30? Benjamin Asare?
Oh, 33.
Okay.
Lucas is 30.
Okay.
There's Marvin Senaya, Abdul Momen, Jerome Opoku, Jonas Ajete, Kojo Pompepra, Kwesi Sibo, Augustine Boache, Caleb Yoenchi, Christopher Bonsuba, Ernest Nyama, Brandon Thomas Asante, and Prince Edu Kwamna. So many players will be making their debut.
But we were trying to decode a certain question that was asked Carlos Queiroz, over the weekend when one of the sports journalists asked him that was he influenced with the squad that he has put out there. And he said we should look into his eyes and we'll get the answer. Answer
he gave you bonus fees, so he's trying to tell you that, Masa, He's
Come
making,
for there.
he's making his own selections. So forget everybody. He's making his own selections.
We hear, no problem
Yes.
at all. Thank you, Bilishan, for coming this morning. There you are with the announcement video. Please watch. It's for you.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
playing
watch.
it especially for you.
Let's watch. Let's
Yeah.
watch.
First in news.
Ghana's Most Beautiful is 20 years, and to kickstart the special anniversary season, you are warmly invited to an exclusive royal ball and fundraiser for a legacy project. An evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp on the 6th of June at the Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel. Red carpet is live at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
First in news.
Ghana's Most Beautiful is 20 years, and to kickstart the special anniversary season, you are warmly invited to an exclusive royal ball and fundraiser for a legacy project. An evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp on the 6th of June at the Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel. Red carpet is live at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
TV3, first in news.
Ghana's Most Beautiful is 20 years, and to kickstart the special anniversary season, you are warmly invited to an exclusive royal ball and fundraiser for a legacy project. An evening shared with our cherished partners, distinguished past queens, and the remarkable individuals who have shaped this journey over the years. Join us at 8 p.m. sharp on the 6th of June at the Adisa Pavilion within the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel. Red carpet is live at 6 p.m. Come for the elegance, stay for the purpose, be part of the legacy. Ghana's Most Beautiful, 20 years of culture, grace and legacy. This event is strictly by invitation.
Interesting conversation, and you would want to stay, because if you're a true Ghanaian, no matter where you are here in this country, you definitely have a GCB account. And probably it's been dormant for a very long time because you thought that you could hop onto other banks and now they are disappointing you. So now, Sankofa, you need to come back home. Now, in this day and age of banking, everything is changing and everything is fast-paced. If you ask me, I don't even like the long queues and the shifting cultivation that we ask for, and we have to say, I don't like that thing in the bank at all. And that's why GCB is here with their very powerful campaign that we are about to talk and get into. Always digital, always GCB. And to champion this discussion for us this morning, David Owusu-Ansah, who is the manager, Merchant Solutions, is here in studio with William Ofori-Boedu, head digital ecosystems. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I thank you in advance for the money that you brought this morning. I'm told that the bullion van is outside. The police people are guarding the bullion van, so please make sure you just discharge all of it before you go.
We sent it digitally.
Oh, digitally. Oh, because that's where we are going now, right?
Exactly.
Okay. David, I'll come to you for the very first question. This whole campaign, tell us the name of the campaign, why you're on this digital whole revolution thing going on with the GCB.
Right. Thank you for having us, and good morning to all your viewers. So, Always Digital, Always GCB is a campaign designed to enable businesses to operate more efficiently, secure, and then through modern digital banking solutions. We are driving a number of solutions, but I'll put them in two different brackets.
Yes, sir.
We have the collections platforms, and then we have the payments platforms. So the collection platforms is basically to enable businesses receive payments through our GHQR, our point of sale devices, popularly known as POS. We also have a unique short code that we assign to businesses to enable their customers there to make payments to them. And then we have several collection platforms to enable institutions also receive payments as well. Now, on the payment side, we have our mobile banking app. Today, as a sole proprietor, you can simply download the GCB mobile app and then seamlessly onboard with just your Ghana card to make payments to any GCB or any bank account in the country and to mobile money wallets as well. Instantly. Right. And then also with our internet banking platform, you can make bulk payments to beneficiaries, make tax payments, make your SNIT payments and all that. So through this campaign, we are basically driving awareness, education, and then training our customers. And then GCB through this campaign is reinforcing its commitment to being the trusted digital banking partner for businesses across the country.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sounds very, very good. But for the normal Ghanaian, when you hear GCB, you know that over the years, you guys have just been about branch banking. You just walk to the bank and do everything. You guys hardly used to even come out to us. How did you figure out that we needed more digital solutions in this day and age?
Right, so I'll take that from just where David ended.
Okay.
And the conversation is, we understand that customers, they are interested in only three things. They want to have their money where they want to have it, when they want to have it, and how they want to have it.
Okay.
And now looking at these three things, it's really on your mobile. Everything is now digital. If I'm in bed and I want to send money, I want to be able to do that. Wherever I go, once I have my digital tools in my hands, I want to be able to do that. And as a listening bank, we realize that the only way to be with the customer, to listen to what the customer is saying, is to be where the customer is. And so we are not expecting the customer to come to us. Rather, we are going to where the customer is. And if the customer is digital, that is where we want to be. So we are saying that don't come to our branch at all. So any of the solutions that David talked about, you don't have to come to our branch at all. Starting from opening an account. You can go to our website today, open an account, fully operational, and you don't have to visit a branch. You can download our mobile app, do whatever you want to do, and still you don't have to come to the branch. So that notion we have that, okay, GCB, you have to go to the branch.
It's changed now.
It's changed.
Totally
it's not
changed
changing,
now.
it's changed.
And everybody can benefit from this, market women, corporate people.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
So I have a friend who runs a little food business. And when I visited her last Friday, I realized that she's saying that from a certain time this June, she's not collecting money anymore. Everything is digital. And we're discussing it, and we knew how challenging that was going to be because Ghana, we do more of cash. What's GCB doing to fade out cash and then introduce these digital platforms that you're talking about?
Right, so that is really why we are running this campaign, and the most important thing is the awareness. Letting customers understand that there is a different way of doing this, and I dare say there is a better way of doing this. Right, so you collect cash, there is fraud, risks. There are a lot of risks with handling cash, and that's why we are introducing this. We see money as an enabler. So go ahead and do what you want to do, whilst we take care of the financial side of things. So we collect the cash digitally. Now we are able to offer solutions to you because now you don't have to worry about credit, you don't have to worry about any other thing because we are taking care of all that for you. And the awareness we are starting with you is letting customers know that there is indeed a better way to handle this.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that you have one of the largest customer base in Ghana when it comes to people who do business with you. And many of these people, including market women, large numbers. How do you convince the market woman that she's sitting in the market and she can use her device to get all these digital solutions? How friendly is it?
Right. So these solutions are very friendly. You can simply onboard to any of our digital solutions. But the key thing is, some of these customers are not fully aware these digital solutions exist. Others also think there are some hidden costs associated with the transaction fees and all that. But through this campaign, we are educating customers, creating the awareness, sensitizing them just so they know these solutions can easily be used, whether you're a market woman, your cocoa seller, your barbering shop, all businesses across all sizes are, fully ready to be onboarded onto the digital banking.
So take us through the steps. The market where some of them are rich, they use very, plush devices. So with the iPhones and then the Android devices, what do? We go to the iOS store?
Yes, you go to the stores. And also you left our way. We
Huawei app gallery.
We also have that there. So you go there, you find our app, you download it, and that's it. If you're a fan of the USSD, press 1, 2, 3, we also have that. So you can use that. And also we have the QRs. So you can display a QR there, somebody gets there, just scans, and then the payment is
user-friendly, very easy.
Very easy.
Yes.
Okay. Your last words before we go, William and David.
Right, William.
Right. So I am saying that GCB is not what you thought it is, and by your introduction, you don't have to join long queues. We are saying that whatever your needs are financially, we see money as an enabler. We are empowering you to focus on what you do, whether you're a cocoa seller, you are a salaried worker, whoever you are, just focus on what you're doing, and GCB takes care of your your financial needs digitally.
Fantastic.
Right.
Dave.
The payments landscape is changing today, and as businesses, I think it's prudent you adopt these digital payments to enable you to survive, win more sales and all. So all in all, what we are saying is always digital, always GCB. Thank you.
All right. David Owuswansa, he's the manager, Merchant Solutions, and William Oforiboidu, head digital ecosystems, GCB. Thank you for coming this morning. We'll see you again soon. Let's hit the markets. Let's go and educate the market women as to how to use all these digital solutions. Thank you for coming. All right, we'll move on to other things by taking a breather. When we come back, our top intents will be here in studio.
praying to the Almighty God that He sees me through. What I'm bringing on top in 10, I'm bringing fun, excitement, competitiveness, resilience, hard work, and all that there is to make this competition and to make this journey a very lively and exciting one.
My name is Lily Solis Ayiku, a graduate student from Unimag IJ with a bachelor's degree in public relations. I'm excited and nervous at the same time to be part of Top in 10 because I get to meet and learn from experts from different industries which will help me on the job market. What I'm bringing on board are my skills and my goals, and being on the Top in 10 is going to help me learn new skills to equip myself to solve societal problems.
Hello everyone, I am Stephen Takite. I hold a bachelor's degree in rehabilitation and disability studies from the University of Education, Winneba. Over the past few years, I've been actively involved in creating a platform to solve the unemployment issues in Ghana, which is the Tema Job Center. It's a platform designed to create meaningful employment, professional growth, and sustainable livelihood for youth in Tema. I hope to use this platform to increase the visibility of the Tema Job Center to create more jobs to reach thousands of people across Ghana and beyond. And I believe the Top in 10 will grant me the visibility I need to expand.
Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Winambanini. I'm 24 years old and a graduate in Actuarial Science from the University of Professional Studies. I'm really excited to be on the Top in 10 show, and I know that there's so much for me to learn. I am here for the mentorship, to learn about the different industries, and to grow my skills as a leader and to influence others.
It's the third season of Top in 10, and Media General TV3 is looking for the next mover and shaker of the business world. We are producing business moguls here, and we want you to be a part of it. This morning, 4 of them have joined us in studio to tell us exactly what their vision board is and why they are here, why they think that one of them will emerge Top in 10. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's great to see you. Who do I start with? I think you should do the introduction yourselves, okay? So who are you again, honey?
Okay, so I am Lily Solis Ayiku.
Okay.
I am an expert in communications, specifically public relations and marketing.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're a business or you're a startup and you want to learn how to gain visibility and gain money.
You are the woman.
Yes,
you are the money woman. Yeah. I should come to you, visibility and money woman.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Yes, sweetheart.
My name is Heavens Thatcher Echamfepra.
Okay.
I'm also doing my national service at the Venture Capital Trust Fund as a venture capital and private equity ecosystem developer, and also an investment analyst trainee under the Venture Capital Analyst Program.
Wow. Fantastic. We've got a good crop of people this year. And then?
Hi, I'm Vanessa Winambanini.
Okay.
I'm an actuarial assistant, currently doing my service with Enterprise Life. I'm also a STEM educator and a robotics trainer. I teach children robotics and STEM and prepare them for the world that we're moving into, the technology, and teach them problem-solving skills as well. Yes.
And then the only gentleman this morning. What's your name, honey?
Hi, Cookie. I'm Stephen Takite, and I'm the team lead and executive director for Tema Job Center. It's a platform designed to create meaningful employment for youth across Ghana. So we are trying to bridge the unemployment gap by ensuring that we can connect qualified job seekers to verified employers. So that's what I've been actively involved in over the past 2 years.
Then the first question I would love to ask you this morning, you know, we keep complaining in this country that there are no jobs. Are there jobs in Ghana?
Exactly. Thank you so much for the question. There are a lot of jobs in Ghana. I think since I began this Tema Job Center, what we've been doing is that we've been sourcing
job seekers for employers.
Okay.
I think that unemployment in Ghana is not a talent problem.
Okay.
Neither is it a skill problem, because we have many talents we are churning out from universities and all that. However, the challenge is that many employers are unable to source out job seekers. They don't know who and who is employing. So that is what the job center hopes to achieve. We are seeking to connect job seekers to employers in a sense that we would want to have a unified platform where if Cookie, you are looking for a PA,
Right.
you don't need to post that I'm looking for a PA on social media. If you get to that digital application, you log on to that application, you can see a pool of talents there.
Right.
So with that, any company who is looking for job seekers will not have to struggle again. So instead of going to post or going to buy airtime on TV to go and announce, just get the application, go on the employer profile, just type the job preference you're looking out for, and then you get many talents who are there. So I think unemployment in Ghana, to bridge that gap, we would have to have a unified platform that can directly connect job seekers to employers, and that is what over the past 2 years I've been actively involved in. So I'm looking at trying to get a digital application.
Okay.
So with the application, job seekers can log on their details there.
Right.
Employers can do vice versa. Then we can connect the two of them.
Okay.
That is what I'm looking at doing.
So are you in the process of building this app already?
Exactly. Thank you so much for the question. I think last 2 months I won a grant of $1,200.
Okay.
So to actually put the back end and get the application working, we are looking at getting $30,000. That counts to the cost of the hosting and all that. So when we get the application, it can help us know who and who is employing. So we can go to the government sector, we can go to the blue collar. So you see, in Ghana, the SMEs employ the most.
Right.
The small and medium enterprises, they employ over 80% of Ghana's workforce. So if we are able to ensure that we can get all of them on a unified platform, that can help create more jobs. Yeah.
You are in the right place.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, and thank you for participating in Top in 10 Season 3. I see a bright future ahead of you. Ms. Manini, I see the same for you, but we don't know what your field is. He's into jobs, employment for young people. What are you into, honey?
I'm into the actuarial space.
Okay.
So in short form, actuarial science analyzes risks and puts a price on it. So whether it's a new business you're entering, whether it's an outbreak of diseases and you want to analyze the risk, see the possibility of spread across regions, countries, actuarial science can do that for you. If you're already an existing business, you want to enter into a new market, we can look at the demography of the market, we can look at the behavior of the people, past businesses like yours that have sprung up and died, what happened, and then use that information to give you financial feedback on how you can structure your business and either grow it, or if you feel like the risk is too much, we ask you, do you want to go back? We can find another space for you that is more profitable and then push your business into that space.
So let's just say Ebola, which is of a threat to us right now.
Yes.
In your space, how would you target the spread and the containing Ebola?
We would look at past trends. A few years back when Ebola first spread, because it was a fairly new virus that no one had heard of, trying to get people to follow procedures, to follow structures was very difficult. Now we have learned from that, and although there's really no cure at the moment, we know how Ebola spreads. We can contain it now. We can easily set up centers and everything, and just contain the spread of the virus. Yes, actuarial science can tell you that this area is heavily populated. Let's focus more healthcare services here because people are likely to engage with each other more. We can say that for churches and taxis and public transportations, these are the places that people are likely to contract the virus. What can we do to limit that? Actuarial science can give you feedback on how to analyze it, how much money to spend on each region. Maybe in Accra, for example, Accra is heavily populated, so it makes sense that you would spend more resources here trying to contain everything. And even outside Ghana, if maybe the virus is spreading to the neighboring countries, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, we can now, sit down and think that at this rate, it's going to get into Ghana. Let's start putting measures in place before people start moving in and out and end up it ends up coming to the country and affecting
I will
us.
come back to you because I'm told you are training some young people already.
Yes.
Okay, let me come back to you later on
Okay.
that one. Miss Pepper, now who gave you the name Heavens? Well, when I read your profile, I realized that your vision board blends finance and fashion. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then there's something about venture capital and private equity ecosystem. You're a developer.
Yes.
What is the meaning of that? It's a lot of English. What does that mean?
Okay, so when you say venture capital, private equity,
Right.
It's a form of equity financing for SMEs.
Okay.
So where I work, which is the Venture Capital Trust Fund, it was set up by the government of Ghana to provide funding for SMEs. And when you say an ecosystem developer, the venture capital private equity industry is termed as the ecosystem.
Okay.
So as a developer, since such industry is new in our part of the world, there is a need for a department like that to help establish and promote it. So when you come to this space specifically, you realize that there aren't much knowledge, there aren't much information, and there are less people also in the industry. So what my department does is to organize activities or support and promote activities or events that would promote the industry, that would bring more people into the industry. Investors, stakeholders, angel investors, and all that. And I'm glad Stephen kept on saying SMEs and unemployment. This is one of the issues that the trust fund has been set to tackle. So me being in that space, it gives me the opportunity to be at the forefront of this fight, to help make impactful investments, which in the long run will create employment, will help jobs direct and indirect. Already, venture capital has already done a lot in the industry, but not a lot of people know about that, and not a lot of people hear about that. Because of the complexity of the industry, there is a need for clear communication so that when people are seeking for such kind of funding, they know exactly what to do, where to go, and what procedure to take. So I'm happy to be in this space because it gives me a lot to work with, and making an impact in Ghana is a good deal, a big deal for me.
Welcome aboard season 3 of Top in 10. Miss Ayiku, so I'm told you are incoming CEO. Of which company exactly? Have you registered your company already?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
I'm into the lifestyle. I want to take my communication skills into the lifestyle industry because I feel there is a gap in corporate lifestyle. There are a lot of lifestyle institutes in the country, but it's mostly sales. So they have products that they sell, but it's not strategic. So there's no strategic planning to the lifestyle. And lifestyle is a gold mine in Africa. It's something that we can sell to take us far, to take the continent far. But there's no strategic planning to it. So you can see that on Snapchat, a lot of businesses sell clothes, makeup, shoes, but they just do sales. So I am trying to bridge that gap by bringing in the communication parts, marketing. So that's what my business is about.
Yes, so explain it to us. When you say strategic part, what do you mean, or communication? Because these people, they are holding their phones and they're saying, come and buy 2 CDs, or they're holding the skirt and the top and they're saying, it's 1 Ghana CD. If you buy 10, I'll reduce it for you. Isn't that communication enough?
Yes, but it doesn't give longevity in the industry.
Okay, so what gives longevity?
Yes, so planning in the sense that you understand your target audience, you understand what they don't like and what they like. Sometimes we make customers feel like money machines that we take money from, but in my industry, we make them feel like they are part of the business. So this is what the Ghanaian lifestyle industry lacks. So I am bringing in the I'm bringing in the marketing planning and the public relations, where you go beyond sales and treat customers like your own.
Have you started already?
Yes, I've started. So I have my business profile. I'm setting it up. It's 80% done. Then when I'm done, I'll start freelancing before I move into the business.
I'm sure the money that you would win from Top in 10 would also help you complete that.
That's all.
I see. Ms. Manini, I was coming to you. So I'm told you're training young people already?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I have a club called Robo Club. It's a center that I have.
Robo Club?
Robo Club, yes. We teach children from ages 4 to 16. Well, the 16 are not exactly children, but we teach them how to build smart systems, how to build robotics, mostly smart systems. And we realized that, and also AI, we realized that the world we're moving in is trending towards AI and technology. And I had the privilege of, when I was little, I went to Alpha Beta. And I had the opportunity to be pushed into robotics and everything. And it opened doors for me. It taught me it taught me to be very analytical, to solve problems, complex problems that there are really no solutions around. And I decided that, you know, let me also teach kids. So we've gone through 3 cohorts already. The kids have built a lot of things. They built smart boxes, they built dustbins. And throughout the entire, I started 4 years ago, and I've taught around 150 students.
Already?
Yes.
4 years ago?
Yes.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 24.
And you started 4 years ago, so it means you started when you were 20, all because of the kind of education you got around it from Alpha Beta and all the other institutions that you attended. Wow. It's good to have brainy humans like you here for the 3rd season of Top in 10. But let's talk about the competition proper. What's going on? How are you guys feeling? How long has it been? 1st week, 2nd week?
Yes, we're moving into our 3rd week.
Oh, you're moving into your 3rd week. Do you want to go home or you want to stay?
I'll stay.
This how you could tell me. How has it been? Overwhelming, eh? Bella has been drilling you people.
Oh no, she has actually created a very friendly ambience for us. But it's been overwhelming because it's something that is challenging. They test your skills. So it's definitely, but we are up for the competition.
You're up for it, right? I mean, you are here, so you better go hard. Yes, sweetheart. Miss Papa, how's it been for you 3 weeks into it?
Yeah, very nerve-wracking.
The way you even sighed. Okay.
But exciting at the same time. Yes, and to get the opportunity to meet Bella, I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
And
you should take an autograph before you go.
Oh, yes. We took a picture the last time.
Oh, you did?
To get one here too.
Okay. You want to take another one today?
Yes.
She's
Every
listening.
time I see, I want to take
She will start charging you for taking the pictures. All right. Miss Manini, tell us, how has it been for you as well?
I think I've been nervous the whole time.
Nervous? Why?
I haven't been on the platform like this, and also meeting all of these brilliant people from different industries, you just realize that there's so much to learn.
Right. Even me, this one, I'm like, hey, Miss Uncle School, and because Charlie, hey, the things in your head, wow. So you must be happy to be here. Even if you don't emerge top in 10, there's so much that you can take away with you.
Yes.
All right, youth employer, talk to me. What impact has this made on you in the last 3 weeks?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think the leverage is what I always look at. I think since I participated, there are many individuals who are relying on me. I have over 100,000 followers across my social media platform. And many young people keep believing in me. They believe that as I am participating in this program, I can be able to get what I've promised them, a digital app. So basically, this competition is something that this is my 2nd time actually.
Right. Oh, you've been here before?
I participated in the maiden edition.
Oh, and you didn't make it?
Exactly. I made it, but I was evicted along the line.
Okay. And you're back here again?
Exactly.
But this time around, no going home?
No going home. I believe that this 2nd time is actually for unfinished business.
Okay.
I believe the first moment prepared me for this one.
Okay.
So as I'm here, I'd want to learn from my colleagues.
Right.
I'd want to grow in what I've studied over the past years.
Okay.
And eventually, I'd want to win and then implement what I've always had in mind to be able to bridge the unemployment gap in Ghana and beyond. Thank you.
God bless all of you. God bless your wishes. And I pray that the best man or the best woman will win. How many are you in total for this? 12. So it's 4 of you today. So we've got 8 more. Okay. All the best. It's been great having this discussion with you. I look forward to more. I'll be paying you visits, maybe on set or something. You are, my producer says, I tell you that you are solid. You know how they say it in Chimuye. It's good to have you guys. Thank you very much for your time. All the best. And then we'll see you again very soon. Well, let's have a little time to celebrate the special people who've got their birthdays today. Let's get into it. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to all of you. We're starting with Mr. Kwame Okreku Edu in Suhum. You are 80. Grandpa, happy birthday to you. And Antoinette Sewa Buakon, happy birthday as well. Let's move on and we'll celebrate Kotoka Courage. Oh, Courage Kotoka, this is you, huh? All right, happy birthday to you. Okay, Portia Edu, God bless you so much. Lance Bombardier, forgive me. Ochidua Ebenezer of 66 Artillery Regiment. Happy birthday to you, Bombardier. Okay, Victoria Ej of Mampong Equiapim. Happy birthday, Vicky. Rosemond Kekeli Duse. Happy birthday. WO2 Spencer Ni Tibu. Happy birthday to you as well. Senior Inspector Elizabeth Na Adukwe Alote of GIS Legon Office. God bless you. Have a happy birthday. Benedicta Konedu Nyamisha will be great. It's your birthday. Okay. Roberta Enam Jokwe Brown. Happy birthday, Roberta. Let's move on to celebrate Aseda Ej Enchiwa and Inkunim Ej Kwache Mensa. Happy birthday to all of you. Okay. Christine Esi Agbi of Georgia. Grandma, happy birthday to you. All right. Joyce Ej Mensa, God bless your new age with good health. It's from your sister Hima Patasi in Kumasi. All right. Mrs. Elsie Owari Akom, Domestic Settlement Group Head. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous birthday. Caroline Kujau, happy birthday to you. Okay. Priscilla, may the good Lord bless you and keep you. Amen to that prayer. Okay. Marian Akosia Jabara, happy birthdays from Mark Benz. Oh, yeah, I think I remember Marian. Yeah, she was a producer here. And then Dorothy Tete, wishing you all the great things life has to offer. Happy, happy birthday. Yes, I know she's part of the Cookie Tea WhatsApp group. Happy birthday to you, Dottie. Okay, Agnes Nunu, have a wonderful day from Mr. Norte. All right. Kwame Johnson, God richly bless you. We love you, Daddy. Happy, happy birthdays from the Johnson family. Big Sam, it's your birthday as well. It's from Kwame Wanzam, APL. Tobias, happy birthday to you. Benjamin, wishing you loads of joy. Happy birthday. Is that it? Is that it for the day? Okay, and reminding you, all parents of first year SHS boarding students, EduPack, the Ghana Education Service approved and supported national SHS initiative implemented by Prospectus Ghana is now in progress across the entire country. Parents across the country are already registering so that their children's trunk, Macintosh mattresses, pillows, plastic chop box, all that they need is ready. Please make sure that you are a part of it. Do not miss out at all. Do not delay and be caught in the usual last-minute market rush, carrying heavy items under pressure. No, we don't do that anymore. With EduPack, your child does not need to travel to school with these 4 essential items. You just register by dialing *713*821#, or you visit any ADB branch, or you go to www.edupackgh.com. You make your payment, you keep your receipt, you present it on opening day, and you collect all your EduPack items. All right. Your EduPack registration follows you to any school at all that you're placed in. Avoid the stress, avoid the rush, prepare with confidence, all at an affordable price. EduPack approved and supported by the GES. For more information, these are the numbers to call: 050-700-0933, or you can also call 0302-95550. Bella, you've got some brainy contestants for top in 10 this year. Listening to them alone, I want to do my master's, I want to do my PhD, I want to do all of that.
And
very brilliant.
They're all also involved in some extracurricular activities and businesses. I'm so inspired. So we wish them the best. 5:30 p.m. on Sundays. Okay. That's when you get to watch the top in 10 on TV3 Newday.
Okay, we'll look forward to it. 5:30.
5:30.
All righty. Thank you for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of our programming. We'll see you tomorrow at 6.